The district ward users need to go to local government directory portal and click on the login button on the top right. The login pop-up window comes up. The district urban users need to enter their login credentials and click login button. The login pop-up window comes up. The district urban users need to enter their login credentials and click login button. After entering the login credentials, user lands into the next page wherein he needs to click on the freeze button. Underneath freeze button, he needs to click the freeze unfreeze ULBs and a new window opens up. In this window, the user gets an OTP on the registered nodal officer's mobile and he needs to unfreeze in case the options are frozen. Having unfrozen the data, users can now make changes in the urban local bodies. The first step would be to click on the local body option. It expands. They need to click on the second option, that is manage urban local body. Having clicked that, the manage urban local body pane opens up. In the drop down window, the users need to click the local body which they are managing, be it municipality, and then click on the fetch local body. After clicking the fetch button, all the local bodies get listed here. Users can make the needful changes. They need to first check the count of whether all the local bodies are listed or not, and they also need to check the spelling. If there is any spelling error, they need to click on the modify name and do the needful corrections. Having clicked the modify name in the earlier slide, the new window opens up, modify name of existing local body. Users need to enter the requisite details. The labels marked in red are mandatory. You need to also attach the government order details and then click the publish button. Having corrected the names of the urban local bodies, if in case user needs to create a new urban local body which is not listed, users need to click on the create urban local body. A new page opens up. In this page, user need to enter all the mandatory fields which are marked in asterisk, red asterisks, and then they need to click the publish button. Having checked the name of the urban local bodies and also created the urban local bodies, if there is a need, the users may need to merge certain ULBs. For carrying out that activities, users need to click on the merge ULBs button as shown on the left. The new screen opens up. User need to select the respective local bodies and then they need to click on the bodies which are from the available to the contributing bodies. They can move it. They need to select the ULBs which are getting merged and then they need to click the save button. The next activity, if required, would be to convert any local body, that is RLB to ULB or TLB to ULB. If this is not required, users can skip this step. If any rural body is getting merged, getting converted into urban local body, users need to click on the convert local body, then convert RLB to ULB option, and then in the next screen they need to select the requisite options, and then they need to move the available panchayat list to the stated panchayat list, and accordingly they need to complete the screen and save the details. Having completed the ULB options, the next option would be to check the wards. Users need to click on the ward, then create and manage urban ward. Having clicked this, in the right pane they need to select the local body and fetch all the wards by clicking the fetch ward button. Having fetched all the wards in that ULB, all the wards get listed. Users can either delete the ward by clicking the radio button delete and pressing save. If they need to enter a new ward, they can click add another row and enter a new ward. In case they need to edit the spelling of the ward, they can click radio button enable the ward for editing, and then they can make the requisite changes. Having done this, they need to click the save button. Having completed the create and manage option and made the requisite changes, users need to click the publish ward button option. Then they need to select the municipality from the drop down and click the fetch button. On clicking the fetch button, all the details, the changes made in the earlier step in the create and manage, any ward that has been deleted would come up in the ward details as shown here. User can select whether all need to be published or some of the changes made earlier need to be rejected. If a ward has been deleted accidentally, user can select the option delete all and click delete ward changes. If it needs to be accepted, user can select the radio button publish changes and then click the publish ward changes. If even after completing these activities user needs to restore some of the deleted wards, user can click the restore ward button given under the deleted ward list option. Thanks. The next activity would be to click on add and manage urban ward. On clicking this, user needs to select the municipality option, fetch the wards underneath, all the ward details show up. If any changes are to be made, user can click the add and modify button and make the requisite change. On clicking the add and modify button earlier, a new screen opens up which shows all the details with respect to that ward. User can select the part of the sub-district which is getting changed, get the village list by clicking the villages, and then can move the villages from available village list to the contributing village list and then click the submit button. Having done all the changes, the last step would be to freeze the changes. So user again needs to go to the freeze and freeze button, enter the OTP which is received on the mobile of the nodal officer, and then click the freeze button.